Hi everybody, welcome to the Magic Garden. Today guys, I'm kind of sitting on the floor of my studio, pigtails, really stuck in a dilemma here. As I promised, we were going to talk a little bit about my garden plan, but the problem is that my plan didn't include 13 varieties. 13 varieties of tomatoes. I've chosen 13 varieties of tomatoes, and I kind of want to sow them all. Like, I want to sow them all. I have never seen some of these varieties. I know other people haven't. But what the hell do you do with 13 varieties of tomatoes? I mean, I'll be canning for like the next 50 years. Oh my God. But I do have plans to do some starts, sell some starts this year and do some farmer market things and work for the farm stand up at the Alpine Outpost, put my veggies up there, and also do my whole seed line within the next year. But 13 varieties, no, I kind of want to do them all. So, I do have the space. I really do have the space. It's going to be an awful lot of work, but I would really like to try some of these varieties. So I think my plan is to keep planning, because I think even in my mind, if I pull this whole thing off, I still have to be able to pull it off in reality outside. So yeah, maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that and my varieties later on in this video. But today, guys, I want to talk about some budget-friendly sewing containers, because most people don't know that you can get sewing containers for either free or for like $1, or that you can just rethink, reuse, and recycle materials to get your best garden sew kit ever. You don't have to spend any money to be happy. In fact, I'd like to pose a challenge to all my viewers out there. I really want you to start looking at things outside the garden box. Rethink when you look at objects, reuse them for other things, and recycle as much as possible. And today we're going to show you how to do all three and get your garden started sowing so you can sow and grow right beside me this year. Also, I'd like to talk a little bit about something called Fairy Elixir. I did create that name, thank you very much. But Fairy Elixir is a little cocktail that we're going to put together today that will help your plants grow. It'll keep molds, fungus, and all of the disgusting things that come in on some store-bought garden seeds that you may not even know are there. And believe me, you'll find out way later on and when it's too late, and but it's never too late. There is some preventative things that you can do for to prevent those things from happening, and I'd rather get us sewing right. So let's get into talking about that, and if we've got time today, we'll definitely get into my 13 varieties. Okay. Alright, so let's get into this video, and y'all, thanks a lot for joining me. It means a lot to me. About this time every year, grocery stores and such bring out all of their seasonal stuff for gardening, and they bring out the price tag too. Real impressive, considering it's just, majority of it's just plastic and stuff you'll probably wind up throwing away at the end of the year anyway. So I have a couple of ideas that will kind of lessen our carbon footprint. It will recycle, reuse some things that we already have laying around the house, and all of which is very budget friendly, if not free. You don't have to spend any money just to start your seeds. Really, to be honest, it'll grow in anything that is well drained and is watered, really. Sun. I mean, it doesn't take much to sow seeds, so therefore, I don't know why people think it would be much to put the soil. Anyway, My first suggestion is if you really must go out and spend some money and you really want to, the Dollar Tree has this entire pack of 10 of these little potters for just $1. You really can't beat that deal, and you can write on this. Plus, you know, if you're gentle with it enough, you can reuse them again. So again, you really don't have to spend a whole lot of money, like 15, 20 bucks, just for little sprout containers when you can go to the Dollar Tree. These work just as well. So last year I kept running out of containers to put more and more of my sprouts in, and so I really had to think outside of the garden box on this one, and I started to think plastic is plastic is plastic. I had a 2-liter bottle, or this one is actually I think a 3-liter bottle, but anyway, and I just put holes at the bottom of it, cut the top off. Guys, this makes for a perfect little planter. Until it outgrows this, as long as it has a whole lot of drainage and it's watered often, there's no reason why plants won't grow in this. Also from the Dollar Tree, but I've had it for so long it seems like I'm reusing it. I'm rethinking about what this could be. I got this little wash tub thing. It's all dirty now because I've been using it for dirt, but I got this like 5 years ago, and it was, I think it was for a car wash or something, and now I can use it, just put a couple holes at the bottom of it. It's actually a perfectly good planter. But here's where things can get fun. I went to a fast food restaurant and asked for a doggy burger for my dogs, because I love my dogs, and they gave me this little plastic container. Was like, this is so rad. This little container right here, this is its own little tiny greenhouse. Little tiny greenhouse. Oh, I got it for free. I mean, put a couple of like little tiny pinholes into this thing. Oh my god, you could grow almost anything in this because it has its own lid. It acts as its own greenhouse. So, fast food containers, guys. You can use just about anything on the planet, again, so long as it has good drainage. Now that we've kind of looked into a few of these suggestions, I would really like to introduce you to a decent friend of mine, Fairy Elixir. Something I learned last year, a lot of store-bought containers and seeds, well, they can come with molds, dust, they can come with all kinds of things that you actually do not want in your plants, and don't serve your plants later on very well, especially molds and fungus and that type of thing that can or cannot come with the containers. It's crapshoot, people, because you never really know, and the best of the stores, no matter where you get them, can have them. Now, heirloom varieties that you get at like Rare Seeds and My Gardener and seedsnow.com, those are all tested to be absolutely sure none of those actually will ever come, you know, pre-germinated, or not germinated, well, yeah, they'll never come with germs and bugs, okay? That's really what I meant. But, so to prevent that from actually happening, we are going to learn a little something about Fairy Elixir. So Fairy Elixir, what the hell is it? Well, last year I learned so many things, and one of which was that store-bought containers as well as seeds and a lot of starts come with their own funkies, like molds and fungus and bugs and all kinds of shit, man. It's crazy. And it's a crapshoot because you really never know, even though it could be a really good brand like Bonnie, for instance. It is a really good brand of vegetable. However, once they've been passed from the farm onward onto the store and everything else, they can accumulate a lot of funkies. So there is hydrogen peroxide. This is going to be one of your best friends. Go get yourself a big ass bottle. It's like $1.88 at Walmart. Not even a joke. This whole thing is going to last you a couple seasons. I'm pretty sure hopefully we won't be using it. But basically, hydrogen peroxide in small doses actually will kill all of these things and will disinfect your potting, well, your potters, your potting soil, your material, and all kinds of things. Plus, later on, hopefully we won't need it, but hydrogen peroxide is actually really good for bringing oxygen to the roots of your plants, especially if they're suffering from maybe deep root rot, which we'll get into way later on. But so today I'm going to teach you how to make a little bit of Fairy Elixir, and we're going to disinfect our pots before we get to sowing. Okay, so let's do this. One of the most powerful disinfectants in the world, ladies and gentlemen, hydrogen peroxide and water. So all you're really going to need for this is one of these little cool squirt bottles, and you're just going to use a teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide for this entire thing. You really don't want to use too much because you don't want to burn your roots. You don't want to, overdo it. But you just put, like I said, you just put a teaspoon in there. Actually, I don't think I can. Just put a teaspoon, shake it on up, and then what you want to do is kind of just spray the inside of all of your pots and that kind of thing after you've washed them if they're new, and just kind of let them dry out. This is really going to prevent you from some serious molds, fungus, and all kinds of fun stuff this year. You can also take the same solution and take a bowl, and you can just put a little bit in there and soak your seeds in there for about 5 minutes. And bada bing, bada boom, you have sanitized stuff and you're ready to roll. So now that we've learned that, guys, let's get back into the studio and let's find out what in the hell we're going to do with 13 different kinds of tomato seeds. So excited. I'm gonna be sowing this today. So excited. Sorry. Guys, I'm gonna take a few minutes and just show you guys some of the cooler varieties of the seeds that I have, because I have so many of them. I'm so excited, and I have no idea. If I had to choose like one or two of these, I'd be screwed. I also would like to apologize for the glare on my glasses all the time, but no matter if you open up a window, turn on a light, it glares, so I'm sparkly. Anyway, so 13 varieties of tomatoes. Jeez. We're gonna start with some tigerillas. Look at these things. Oh, these things are badass. Oh. These things are like yellow and orange and kind of tiger stripey. They're pretty sweet. These are Cherokee purples. I bet you guys didn't know that that tomatoes come in like a ton of different colors. Bet you didn't know that. These are Cherokee purples. Look at those bad boys. These are black crim. I don't know really what that means, but look at how yummy they look. Oh my god, that looks so good. These are actually rainbow mix. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, taste the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. Oh my god, I'm so excited, you guys. These are San Marzano. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. And these are just little tiny morsels of yumminess. Aren't they awesome? Look at them. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Let me see. Oh, white, cherry white tomatoes. So cute. Oh my god. Guys, how do you choose? I just don't think it's fair. I have to either do, like, you can't do one and not do them all. I mean, I could make a seed jealous, right? Okay, and then one more just for the road. These are cherry blacks. Have you ever seen a tomato like that? That looks so good. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, you guys. I'm going to go get to sewing. I hope you guys found today's video at least entertaining, if nothing else, helpful to you. Also, please give me a comment. Let me know what you guys are sewing right now and what kind of containers you guys came up with. I would absolutely love to see your plans as you go along as well. So comment, because I love when our communication is open and you guys can teach me a whole lot of stuff. So until the next episode, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Like, ding, share, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next time.